Josh, would you email me the script?
Yeah,
The script that we don't have?
We're ready
yeah.
to go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh.
I'm so glad we
Ooh,
started recording. I was getting
ooh,
ready to do
uh, uh,
ASMR, and now I have to
Don't.
use my free hand.
ASMR,
Don't.
ass sucking male rimming.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna try my ASMR on you guys real quick.
Great.
Hate
Okay.
it.
What's up, you fucking lizards? Take out your dicks and start jerking them. Unzip your pants and start wanking your ween.
Wait, hold
Take
on. Go
off
back.
your
Hold on. I'm late. I'm behind.
yeah. Okay, we're gonna
You're going
rewind
too
the
fast.
video.
You're going too fast.
It's a recorded meditation, Jeffrey. You can't talk to it.
You can rewind it though. You can rewind it.
Okay.
Take off your shirt and start clamping your nips. Shave your head. Send the hair to your mom. Say you're sorry about what happened in the pool last week.
Wow, that was good. I like that.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff.
Yeah.
Funny stuff, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for riffing with me, you fucking dweebs. Thanks for.
Tell the solo.
You
for
can't. You
building
just
on
said it was pre-recorded. You just said I couldn't riff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, normally nobody, when they're listening to ASMR, goes funny stuff, real funny stuff. If I pause, it means I'm opening it up for someone else to jump in.
That's what we did. That's why we said it was funny.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, awesome, perfect.
That's kind of our banter. You say a joke and I rate it out of 10.
Okay,
Oh my God.
your turn, Jeffrey. You say a joke, and then I'll rate it out of 10.
For real?
0. I already know it's gonna suck.
No, you didn't even let me do it. You didn't even
I'll do whatever joke you. Okay, this is what Jeffrey was about to do. So I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a mirage, but then I got a little bit closer and I realized it wasn't a mirage. It was just cold enough that the air was shimmering against some of the black ice because I live in Minnesota. Against some of the black ice on the road because it was recently paved just the summer before. I saw some of the men out there working and they were driving around in their, what's it called when there's a Zamboni, except it's for pavement? I don't know. I'm just an actor in the cities. Anyway, they were working and they were working really hard and they were all sweating because the sun was shining so brightly, but it was glimmering off of their sweat in a way that made me think, you know what? Maybe there is some sort of higher resolution, some sort of attainment that we can grasp when we work our way closer to the Lord through our sweat and our blood.
It's just crazy because I hate Jeffries, but I liked that one.
That's
You want to know
hurtful.
why? Because
That's so hurtful. It didn't have any animals in it. It didn't have a single animal in it.
Humans are animals.
No, not like they don't count.
He got you. I'm so sorry. He really got you just then.
It's
Wait,
the-
is he Jeffrey? Is he Jeffrey getting Max?
I'm sorry. No, I said Max got you, Jeffrey.
No, you said he got you.
Okay,
I'm
what were you
he.
gonna say?
what?
You were gonna say something, and then
Yeah. I was gonna say the difference between you two was Josh used resolute language, whereas Jeffrey kind of softballs everything. He would have gotten to God faster, and I think that's where Max taps out.
Well, okay, list.
Okay.
I don't have one.
if we were all in a fantastical medieval society, think a la Lord of the Rings or
I just rewatched those.
Game of Thrones or The Witcher, what would our roles be?
Like our job?
Yeah, like our lives.
Max would be a foot soldier. Uh, Josh would be a slightly higher foot soldier. I would be a like nun, I think, and then Jeffrey would be a prostitute.
A prostitute for the foot soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, of course. I mean, those are the only
Ooh.
serving our country. Yeah.
Is he kind of like a? Does he like? He follows the camp around and gets passed around.
Yeah, he's like one of those Civil War sluts that,
Yeah.
like they said, I'm just here to make tea, but really they're getting just passed between tents. Just every
Yeah.
hole is getting
And
used.
They call me
everyone's getting
they
gone
call
early.
me Dirt Eater.
Yeah, they call him Dirt Eater. Why do they
Can
call
I-
him Dirt Eater?
Because I'm always face down.
Yeah, because he's
Oh.
always just teeth into the dirt, just biting the moss, because someone's behind him, just giving him the medieval business.
You guys do have a way with words. There is a way with words.
They said it's like the moon coming out. They say whenever
No.
they have sex with me, it's like the moon above and below.
Right. Yeah. Want to come over to my tent for a full moon with the dirt eater?
Yeah.
I had 5 mouthfuls of grits this morning, which is just dandelion ground into a paste. So I've got a lot of pent up energy. I'm about to give the dirt eater everything I have.
And what's
They
so
said
nice? Go
my
ahead.
bottom is so white people can almost see their reflection in it.
No, mirrors were really expensive back then, back in fantastical times.
So they
You
just
know, so-
polished Jeffrey's ass. They would
You
just
just need to
Wipe,
shine
wipe,
it,
wipe,
spit
wipe,
shine it
wipe,
like a
wipe.
helmet. Yeah.
no,
It's I'm not allowed to. I have to walk around in just a thong because it's such a prized commodity that it's rubbed like the way a Buddha's belly is
Sort
rubbed.
of the
They
kingdom
like-
of Helen of Troy, where like people are fighting wars over him, but not like
It's
for bad
really
reasons.
fast,
Bad.
yeah.
I'm walking around like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, no, you
Sure,
walk
Kyle.
around. Yeah, but he only walks on his hands. He got official jester circus training. And so the royals just grab him by the ankles and wheelbarrow him around so they can look at themselves right in the eyes.
Is he the first jester slash whore that we've had in these times? It feels like
All
he's
jesters are whores.
All
All
jesters are
I'm the
sluts.
first multi-hyphenate.
Yeah, no, he's one of the. It
You're
was
the James
the
Franco of being both a jester and a whore.
Yeah.
Aw.
exactly.
He's
Yeah,
a
no,
yacht boy. Is that what
You
they
have
call
to-
them, yacht boys?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't catch that. What?
He's a yacht boy.
Never heard of that.
I don't know what
Oh,
that
so-
is.
Oh, okay. So it's like when celebrities and actors, Max, listen up, fun expectation in the business is that once you get popular a little bit and you're really attractive or whatever, to make extra money or to get roles in films, people will invite you on a yacht. And it's where you're basically a prostitute on the yacht. They call it yachting. Zac Efron is a famous yacht boy. Dua Lipa yachted. It's like a lot of people you're like, man, that really is the only way.
Yacht.
Yeah.
I would love the attention and the chance at success. And I thought you were going to be more complimentary. I thought you were going to say like I was going to be one of the people like buying the yachters because of my high level of success. But there's still a level of compliment to think.
Well, hey, one day when you make that level of success, you
get
can
to
turn the-
ascend.
yeah. You can like take it out on them.
Back
Well,
to the fantastical setting where the royals
Sorry.
go on special hunts to find the largest wild boar so they can render it into tallow to shine Jeffrey's ass just a little bit brighter.
Do you think, Josh, the people in your regimen would like you?
Oh no, they would absolutely despise me. Because every night I get to just spit shine your bum, and I go to town on it, and then I get to look at myself in it for the rest of
Josh
the night.
says I'm the leader, so I get the boy.
Yeah, I say nobody gets to touch him, but everyone has to feed him. So go get his favorite things, which are mostly berries, where the thorns are poisonous, but the berries are delicious.
I also think I'm a big fan of snails, and so you and your tent have a little box with snails in it for me.
Right.
And
We have
you,
a little.
you keep saying like, "Oh, I just treat him as a piece of meat," but you do keep that box of snails, and people go, "Well, that's kind of sweet."
Yeah, it's a little biodome, where I've like put moss in it, and I have like little tiny signs like snail's house, and then you go in there and like you're simple, right? Like you clear, like you're not fully there. You just
Right.
every night you completely, regardless of like what, you just devastate the snail biome. And then every day I send my soldiers back out and I said, we got to get more snails. He was a hungry boy last night.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever try using the snail mucus as like lube?
I mean, yes.
There's sentences that shouldn't be given the opportunity to exist.
Okay, so actually, Max, Josh was answering my question. It's Women's History Month. It's time to listen and learn.
It is Women's History Month. Fun
great.
fact, natural lubricant that humans produce is very, very close to snail mucin. And so, yes, we do use it, but as a result of it being so close, we do like to switch it up and just use some of that polishing boar tallow to really get in there, because it's a little abrasive and it makes it, I don't know, hot.
Fun for you.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I also have to walk on my hands because I literally can't walk. Josh just goes to town on me so much every night that I was forced to learn how to walk on my hands.
Okay, So
just
and
my knees don't work.
His legs have
Max is-
atrophied. There's no there's no spring in them.
Max-
I'm doing a
Great.
partial handstand and Josh is literally holding me up as he does it.
So sweet. Max's story is he joined the army, saw Josh and Jeffrey doing one of their parading around the like campgrounds, fell in love, and now it's sort of a like Josh versus Max for the Jeffrey of it all. I
I'm in
can see
love.
that going really well.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey loves me, but he doesn't really know how to break out of the like kind of code.
I think you definitely give him like when Josh sends people to go gather supplies and food for Jeffrey, you always like try to sneak in a little extra thing. And Jeffrey's pretty simple, so he definitely like likes that you give him one more than everyone else. But yeah, love is also a word you could use.
Yeah,
I
and
keep getting-
I still take my turn after Josh, but I'm gentle with it. You know, like I'm not so like valiant and like chivalrous that I don't take what's mine, but I am nicer about it than some of the other guys.
Right.
I'm the whole time I'm with Max, I'm trying to turn around so I can look at his face.
Right,
This
but
is
it's really
horrible.
hard
This
for
is
him because
visceral. This is so
he can't-
visceral.
Jeffrey has developed like cave fish vision because he spends all of his days just staring into the ground. And so when he's not in contact with someone constantly, like at night, he just yowls like a cat in heat until someone comes and grabs his hips.
I need skin to skin. I crave skin to skin.
Well, that's all he knows.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's all I know.
Pretty horrible.
Our
imagery.
our uniforms have Jeffrey as the insignia. I've changed the uniforms so that it's all just like a silhouette of Jeffrey. It's just someone in like a handstand upside down, and then the legs just crumpled on top.
I
And it's
think
the
from
hardest
far
we've
away,
ever- It's the hardest we've ever fought. Like it's inspiring.
I think from far away, people mistake it for a snail, and they go, "What is this insect?" And then they get closer, they're like, "Oh,
Right.
He's slowly morphing into one.
yeah." I think I'm brought out in a cage to bring morale to the troops.
Right. To
Do a
give
little dance. Yeah.
speeches, but it's mostly just that same yowling that we mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Avery,
Yeah,
what are
no.
your thoughts on all of this from your medieval character?
As the
Yeah.
nun, how would you how would you interact?
Well, I'm in an abyss, so I'm pretty separate from this. I think my path crosses Jeffrey when like the army gets taken down by an adversary, like things aren't going well. Josh and Max are alive, but Jeffrey, without immediate guidance, just kind of crawls away, ends up at our steps, take him in for a little bit. Like that's where he's hiding. So I feel like that's where the story becomes about finding Jeffrey. You find him in the Abbey, and by this point, they are like, we're desperate to get him out. We don't like him. Like, we're considering dropping the whole vow thing just because of how insufferable and gross Jeffrey has been. So
I have an alternate history. I think Avery's running that nunnery with an iron fist, and her whole goal is, bring people closer to God, and I am a direct obstacle to that path. And so Avery is constantly sending out hits to try to assassinate me in a sense of, yes, it's not moral to kill, but it's like an end justifies the means kind of a deal.
Right, but I'm not
like,
willing
in
to
the
go through.
end,
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
greater good will be done if I am no longer around. And so it's Josh and Max trying to protect me from the endless non-assassins Avery is doing to try and take
So
out.
like even after you leave the Abbey, like there's still hits out on you. Like I think you are.
I am directly blocking people's path to God.
Yeah, Avery. This is how Avery
Great.
embarks on her villain journey. Is that
Mm.
Jeffrey, the upturned ostrich-looking human, radicalizes her, and she completely does away with scripture and starts writing her own version where God only wants to kill Jeffrey.
Yeah, and it eventually becomes like, they had the Protestant splits with the Catholic Reformations. That's sort of what divides the kingdom into two. Eventually,
Right.
it's
Avery's sect is called the Eclipse because she's just trying to black out.
Trying
She's
to
trying
block
to
the
blot it out.
moon.
and y'all's sect is called Jeffrey. That's it.
Jeffrey, Jeffrey, I think on Zoom here, Jeffrey with 3 exclamation points.
Yeah, 3 or 4, as many exclamation points as we can fit on the shields. That's our
And I feel like the emblem becomes a little bit more and more grotesque as you go along. Like it's a snail Jeffrey. It's Jeffrey kind of morphing into a snail. It's Jeffrey just like secreting shit tons of mucus. Like it's clearly sexual at
I
one
mean,
point.
we can't go through the church knows how to read and write and how to print. We can't go through them in order to get
Right.
these on our uniforms or the shields. So we have to do it ourselves. So it looks
Yeah.
awful. It looks terrible. But it is
But to you,
terrible.
it's truth. To you, it's truth. It's what you see, and it's what, yeah,
Right. And that's the holy war.
that is the only.
I think maybe we should wrap it here.
Do you think this is enough material for Samantha? Do you think she'll
No,
be...
I just think this is the episode. I think maybe that's way
That's it. I'm actually really done with that.
Yeah, that was good. Well, if you made it through all that, welcome to Gaslight Game Show, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. This is episode 20 of season 2, Meet. Every week, a movie is selected and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants creates their own character and writes reviews for that film in their voices. The contestants swap their creations amongst themselves and read each other's work here live for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and losers
get punished.
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished.
punished. No one's safe, not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst.
In the Holy War, I would start referring to myself as King Fuck.
Avery Baker.
In the Holy War, I would find a lot of pleasure in sending people out to kill Jeffrey, but once he died, I don't think I'd know what to do with myself and probably end up killing myself as well. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm your host, Max McCune, the gentle lover of Jeffrey in the Holy War.
The villain.
This week, we have a very special featured guest, the holy icon himself, Jeffrey Nolan. Jeffrey, would you please tell everyone a little bit about your role in the Holy War?
In the Holy War, I would continue getting fucked in the ass. For me, nothing would change.
Hell yeah. Before we start, let us say a very well-deserved prayer to our editor, Samantha. Saint Samantha, we ask you for guidance and thank you for your grace in the twilight of our decency and goodness. Amen.
Amen.
We do it all for you.
Moving on. Today, for episode 20 of season 2, I elected that we watch Heat, a movie with so many proud Italian Americans you'd think it was a Scorsese. But before we discuss the diner scene like it's open heart surgery, oh, you fucking know me. I can't fucking wait, bro. I tried to memorize it. Oh my God. We have some business to attend to. Jeffrey, what time is it?
Punishment time.
That is right. It's punishment time. Last week, I won. But with winners come losers, and last week, Jeffrey lost. And Jeffrey, what do losers get?
Punished.
That is right. Jeffrey lost, and as punishment, he had to drink 6 Sprites at a bar, acting progressively drunker with each one until he announced that he's too fucked up to drive and needs an Uber. He has a video to show us. Jeffrey, are you ready to show us your wild night?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, go when you are ready.
Yo, what's up, GG crew? Today's challenge, 6 Shirley Temples. Might not seem that bad, but I'm a lightweight, so I don't even know what's gonna happen. Let's try it out.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I feel like maybe we just call it at 3, you know what I mean?
I think maybe we shut up.
Okay. Wait, are you okay?
Yeah.
No, like for real, are you?
I love drinking. I gotta get an Uber.
Nice.
There
Hell
we
yeah.
go.
Broad daylight is a really nice touch.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
at all the environment expected. I very much pictured a dive bar at night. It was pretty funny that it was just,
Challenging expectations.
Hey, well,
Also, I definitely meant for you to like say it to the bartender, but having you just kind of openly announce it from a two-top table was also an interesting
hey,
experience.
thanks, crew. What I hadn't realized was the embarrassment factor ended up being really not an issue at all. I was okay with that. What ended up being way more of an issue was the physical toll of drinking 6 tall Sprites. It was having 2 Sprite buttermilks in a row. It felt awful. It felt horrendous to drink that much. The glasses are like this tall
Those
each,
were
and
big.
they're like full. That's more than a can. No, I drank more than 6 cans. It was horrible.
Did
Um,
did the wait staff say anything as you kept ordering Sprites?
Here's the other thing. I ordered 3 at a time. I ordered 3 and then 3. And here's the thing. She didn't. She said, "What can I get for you?" And I said, "Can I get 3 Sprite? Can I get 3 Shirley Temples?" And she said, "Yeah, of course you can." Like I was like a Make-A-Wish kid. Like that felt worse. The fact that she wasn't like, okay. That she was like, "Yeah, of course I can do that." And
Did
then
you
she came back and she said, "Anything else?" And I said, "Can I get another 3 Shirley Temples?" And she said, "Of course, hon. Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, that's even worse.
did
That
your
sucks."
did your lunch date get anything, or was it just you getting the drinks?
She got a beer. She had to show her
That's
ID.
weirder. That's weirder. That's even weirder that one of you was drinking and one of you was drinking.
You look like
Honestly, if I had to guess, if I was your wait staff, I'd be like, this guy is a recovering alcoholic. He just
Like
needs to be
recently.
occupied.
Yeah, I was like, he quit yesterday and is really trying to test himself early.
It's
Which is
exposure
What
therapy.
a shitty friend. If I quit drinking alcohol yesterday and my friend's like, "No, I'll get a beer. I'll get a fucking drink."
um, unironically, that's how Jeff acted when he had 3 gin and tonics in LA when we were there. That's when he slammed into the door.
it
Or
was
sodas or whatever he had. It was a
I
similar.
think you should shut up. Yeah, I'm a
I did
mean
like
drunk.
I did like the continuing of the performance for the driver. I had not
Right.
expected that. That was a good touch. You know, you don't end the scene till after they yell cut, you know.
Don't end the scene. Yeah.
Do you remember the driver's name?
How fucked up he was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember anything. I
Just
don't
think-
remember the Uber.
Oh,
All right. Going home, still bright out, belly full of Sprite.
I was sitting in the back seat going, "Oh,
Well, that was great. Thanks, Jeffrey. That was fun. Okay, before we hear what these 3 wrote, let's chat about the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for Heat is a group of high-end professional thieves start to feel the heat from the LAPD when they unknowingly leave a verbal cue at their latest heist. Before we even go, I'm back to the synopsis reviews. Bad synopsis. I don't think that captures any of what the 3 hours of this movie is about. I'm sure we all have lots to say. 5 minutes is on the clock. Let's discuss.
This
All right.
movie rocked. This was a fucking fantastic movie.
This movie bangs, bro. I love
Yeah.
this movie.
It's crazy. It rocked. Does it need to be 3 hours? No. That being said, I was never bored. I never felt the runtime. Like I thought it was paced really, really well.
Yeah.
And I never was like, "Oh, this is getting long." Looking back, definitely could have cut some stuff.
Yes.
For
Yeah, I
sure
mean,
could have cut some stuff.
it's made so that when Max gets the urge to watch Heat, he has a 3-hour movie he loves to sink into. Yeah, I'm not saying even artistically it should be 3 hours long, but it is perfect because I never want it to be over. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why it was made.
That's why it was made.
That's why it was
They
made.
made it. They were like Max McCune one day when he's old enough. When Max gets letterboxed and sees that a lot of people like Heat, he's gonna almost crash his car a couple times because instead of listening to music, he plays the YouTube video of the diner scene in the passenger seat to listen to. But every now and then gets the urge to look over and look at the little smiles they're giving at each other, and then he had to make himself stop because it's dangerous.
Awesome. Yeah, this movie rocked. Super great. I told Max this first time I've seen this movie. And earlier, like way early in the show, you guys mentioned LA being a character, and I kind of hate when people say that when they're like, "Oh, New York City is
Yeah.
another character in the movie," because often they're wrong. It's the setting, and it does not feel like thing. That was not the case here. It very much felt like a character.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the better movies to do that.
Yeah, because
A lot of driving.
I think it's also not even 100% glorifying LA. It's just like this is the place that this sprawl can happen, and the sprawl's important to how it all operates, you know?
Yeah.
I will also say I like action movies. I think this has great action. I think the shootout on the street is just one of the best directed. Josh talks a lot about like geography in movies and like location, and I think it is so well handled in that scene. You get such a mental map of where everything is. Um, but the capital R romance of this movie and the actual just like little R, like it almost feels romantic between the two, is absolutely why I keep coming back to it. I think it is just like there's so much feeling between the two.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the synopsis sucks, because I think it's more about that than the fucking verbal cue and them getting tracked down.
Yeah.
Josh, what did you think?
This was the second time I saw the movie. I watched it once before, and it didn't really hit for me the first time. I thought it was good. Actually, I thought it was great the first time, but I don't think I really got it. Watching
Yeah.
it this time, I loved it. I really loved it. And I felt like I like the themes or the message or whatever they were all going for sunk in a little bit more with me. I feel like I understood this movie not as like as an action movie or a bank robbery film, but as it's a movie about two men who are obsessed with one another.
Yeah.
And that's the movie. Like that's the movie is two men who are obsessed with not just one another, but like the idea of one another. And like how if one of them didn't exist, the other one kind of can't either. And then it makes complete sense why The Dark Knight is this movie, but just in
Yeah.
2008. Like and that like yeah, no, I felt like I got it this time.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Dark Knight, it's crazy how much Nolan clearly loves Michael Mann. Like he's I mean, obviously a lot of other influences, but there's a lot of that Michael Mann shit in there. Um, for me, the action is the juice. That's a great line. Great line when Tom Sizemore decides to get into it. Also, the Allstate guy being the getaway driver.
Great. Oh, I didn't realize that.
The Allstate guy.
I'll take that. Also Al Pacino going, she's got a great ass.
So,
Amazing
a
delivery.
great little tidbit. They told him that was not going to be the take. Michael Mann was like, "Do one for fun. Just do one for fun," and he did it like that. And they also included in the script that Al Pacino's character is on cocaine, and they made that part of it, and then they cut any reference to that in the movie just to get Al Pacino to play it like that. And I think it's great. It makes it very memorable. Um, I think it's one of the better Al Pacino like later performances of like a mix between yes, he's Al Pacino, but also he's very grounded, you know. Um, I really and it's also like I think De Niro is usually very charming. De Niro's very like stoic in this one. I think it's an interesting role for I don't know. I
We
like it.
haven't done casting in a while. I
Oh,
want to cast this one. I
this
want
is a
to
fun
cast
one. Jeffrey is Danny Trejo. And he has to play it exactly the same.
I would pay to see that for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I'm curious. This is
I
a
could
good
nail
one.
the voice.
I want to hear Max your full casting, and then I think we should hear Josh's full casting and see how they line up.
Like legitimate casting or like what I want the casting to be.
That's up to you.
you always split your perspective answers, and I appreciate that about you because it
I'm aware of myself.
and
I
it also
want to
gives us
be
options. I like that.
Yes, I don't think I'd be good as De Niro in it. I also don't necessarily think I'd be the best as Pacino, but I think like I'd like to do the diner scene with Josh and I'm Pacino and Josh is De Niro. I want Jeffrey to be that's good, Josh. I want Jeffrey to be what's his name? Who's Top Gun guy?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. I want Jeffrey to be the high rolling gambler, Val Kilmer. And I actually want Avery to be part of I want Avery as Wayne Grow.
Great.
But I actually think this is not because you're a woman. I think it would be pretty funny to have Jeffrey and Avery be Val Kilmer and his wife in that movie. Just yelling
I
about
think you would see Avery, you would see me saying the sun rises and sets on her and be like, yep. And then you would see Avery cheat on me and they would be like, yep. I think both of those we could sew perfectly.
That's a pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun. All right, Josh, what's yours?
Oh, I don't know about full casting. All I know is that I don't know, I want to play Tom Sizemore's character. I want to be Michael Chirito. I think
Yeah.
that he's an underrated character. I really,
Yeah, I wish we got more of him. I really liked everything he did, and I was bummed that we saw so little. I thought he was great.
You know, Tom Sizemore got canceled for pulling an 8th grade actress onto his lap on a set and trying to touch her.
I'm glad he got
Yeah,
canceled.
Josh, fuck you for wanting to see more.
Inappropriate.
wow, I didn't know I was about to get canceled. Okay,
Well,
bye,
no, I'll
guys.
just
You
say the
piece of
way he.
shit.
Ew.
I mean,
Wait,
if you stop thinking about Tom Sizemore when you think about his cool last name and the fact that he said, "For me, the action is the juice," you can love him, and then just stop reading after that.
one thing I really liked about this movie, and we shall give ratings because I know our viewers keep track of that.
Yes, they do. They love it.
Yeah, 100%. Is that even the really small parts, every performance was exceptional. There are not very many movies I feel that way, especially 3-hour long movies. But
Yeah.
no one phoned in. Everyone was doing their best fucking work.
Oh, fucking Henry Rollins, the punk lead singer, as the assistant to the business guy, so funny.
Ah.
Uh, John Voight with the mustache and the fucking ponytail. Oh God, it's also good. I personally. Oh wait, you're casting, Josh. You're Tom Sizemore.
I
Do you
was
have any-
actually gonna put Jeff as, so I was just gonna do I was gonna do us as the 4.
Oh, that's
True.
good. Yeah.
That's kind of how I want to break it down. I want to be Tom Sizemore. I was gonna put Jeff as De Niro.
Oh,
Crazy.
nice.
Flatter.
Avery, Val Kilmer, Max, Trejo. That was gonna be my.
Hell yeah, that's fun.
Do you have
I
reasoning?
think that's the most interesting way we could do it.
Recently, I've been wearing a gold chain, and I bought a zip-up hoodie that I could wear nothing underneath it, and a lot of that is because of how Danny Trejo looks when he makes the call at the end, and he's like, "I can't get through to you." So
Another thing I appreciate so much about you, Max, is how, like, I've said this use this exact analogy. You oftentimes just crank open the door for us to just look right into your mind, and I don't know many other people who do that, and it's kind of remarkable. So thank you.
there's no keys. There's no-
Wrong. But did you used to wear a gold chain? I feel like I have memories of you.
So I had a gold chain for a long time. Lost it.
Knew it. I was gonna say it, but I didn't say it, but I knew it. I'm sorry.
Lost it. It's a fake gold chain, so it was not a big deal. But then just did one of those
That's the
things where
flex.
I never replaced it. Like I lost my ear. I had to get a new earring, and I didn't have my earrings. I didn't have my gold chain. I just didn't feel myself for a while, and I didn't understand why. Watched Heat again, got the inkling, and then watched Baby Girl, and went, you know what? I need to order a new gold chain, and immediately did. And I did just, I feel me. I feel like me.
Love
This
that.
gold chain's back. Got a new tattoo. Got a little skull. Got a little smoking skull cowboy with my gold chain.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I give this movie. I give it a 9.5. I love this movie. It's in my top 4 movies, and the half, maybe 9. I don't think we need Wayne Grow being a serial killer of prostitutes. I think it makes no sense. I think De Niro can hate him enough already without that. And I think it actually cheapens a little bit to be like, yeah, look how evil this guy is, as opposed to just making him a villain. I think that's a pretty clean 20 minutes to cut from that movie.
I agree. That is also exactly what I would cut from the film.
Yeah.
I'm with Max. I'd give it a 9. I really liked this movie. So good pick, Max.
I would also give it yeah, I'd give it a 9. I was gonna say 9.5, but the length and there were a couple things that felt gratuitous that I just don't know that we necessarily needed. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 9 for me. And again, that one is because of Wayne Grow. I just don't like that character. I don't like the scenes. I don't need it.
No, it is pretty dumb.
Is this the highest
Yeah, it's
overall
just the
movie we've
highest
rated?
overall
Might
rating. It might be.
I
Fuck
think
yeah,
that no,
Michael.
because I was gonna say like we've given out some tens, but we haven't been like so consistent.
Yeah.
I'd love to see our ratings at some point for everything we've done.
We have to stop. We have to start counting that after the first season because I was throwing some weird fucking numbers out
I think
there.
we have to count
fine.
this.
I think that's why we have
We
to do
have
it.
to,
We
yeah.
have to count the first.
Yeah.
That's
We should
I'm
have a
like,
letterbox with just the average of our.
That's
Didn't I rate-
actually a fantastic idea. Is we should have an episode where we just go through our rankings and we have like 30 seconds to defend each of our numbers, and that's the whole episode.
yeah. It was a big wake up call when I rated Five Nights at Freddy's and Citizen Kane the same. No, The King's Speech the same. That's crazy. That doesn't make
Jeffrey did.
No, it was my rating of Citizen Kane was the same as your rating of
Oh,
Five
that's
Nights at
it.
Freddy's, which is crazy.
Yeah, that was skewing my data.
I'm sure there are some that if we look back, Max specifically, you're gonna have some interesting comparisons.
Yeah, I probably won't defend a lot of mine. Well, that was fun. Thanks, Michael, man. That was a blast. Well, now on to the reviews. These three watched Heat, generated a name, age, and location for a character, and then wrote a movie review in their voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections. 1, character bios. 2, get to know you questions. 3, improvised responses. And 4, the movie review. Everything except the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They have no idea what they're about to say, and I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished.
Losers get punished.
nice. All right, we're going to start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish off, we'll hear the reader's movie review. Our first reader is Avery. Avery, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
Well, hiya there. My name is Sherry Ingalls. I recently turned 30 years old for the 20th time. And I live in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And the title of my review is Isn't This Just a Great Movie?
Okay, Sherry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, sure thing, hon. Aren't you sweet? Happy to. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. This is so embarrassing. Normally I would turn my phone off, but I gotta take this. I have a new job and I just gotta. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Do
Won't
what you
be
gotta
very long. Okay, let me just put myself on mute. Zoom always kind of confuses me, so okay. Right. Thanks for calling the Midwestern MILF Hotline, the only chat hotline where we chat till ya whoop, guaranteed. This is Sherry. How can I help you get off today? Oh, you're scheduled at 7 for anal play in the apple orchard. Yeah, with Heidi. No, this is Sherry. Okay. All right. Yep, sure thing, hon. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. And unmute. Okay. So my name is Sherry. I'm a mom to 3 kids. 2 are in high school. One is a sophomore in college over at one of the U's. And I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me on.
Wow. Okay. Well, very glad to have you, Sherry. You seem
Very
like a
glad
great...
to be.
Yeah. Sherry, I don't know why this came to mind, but I'm curious, what's the weirdest job you've ever had?
Oh gosh, for that. I am so sorry. This is normally not like this. I promise I won't be taking calls the whole time. Give me just one sec. Okay.
Make sure you mute yourself. Make sure you mute your... Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Hold on. Okay. Okay, thanks for calling the Midwestern MILF Hotline, the only sex hotline where we chat till you oop guaranteed. This is Sherry. How can I help you? Okay. Hi, Tim. How are you? Oh, you are so good. Well, long time no chat. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're interested, we have 30% off our winter package. Yeah, the snowplow experience. Okay, you ready? Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Okay. Hey there, Tim.
I'm so glad you came home. I was shoveling the driveway of our marital home when I got stuck in the snow face down, tush up. Oh, I need my strong hut. Oh, you're done. Oh, it's okay, Tim. Don't you worry about it. And Tim, I am so sorry about how everything worked out this last fall. Yeah, just bad luck, okay? Yeah, well, you're still my governor. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Walls. Okay. You too. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Oh, gotta unmute myself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sherry, I think you might be muted now.
Sorry about. Oh, did you hear that? Oh,
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
okay. Well, don't worry. To answer your question, oh gosh, one time I was an RA in college, and that was pretty wild.
Oh, okay. That's your real job. Interesting. Okay. Well, speaking of jobs, what's your dream vacation when you're away?
Oh gosh. I don't know, somewhere exotic, like Telluride or Scottsdale.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I hope those happen for you. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Sherry? Oh,
No, it's okay. I'm muting them. I'm muting them, just like I did. It's
yeah. Cool. Anyone have any questions they'd like to ask Sherry?
don't be scared, boys.
Sherry, what was your first boyfriend like?
My first, I'm so sorry, hon. I'm not gonna take this. I'm just gonna send it to voicemail. Okay. My first boyfriend, well, that was a guy named Kevin Fitzpatrick. I met him in the 8th grade, and I just thought he was the cutest thing I ever did see. We met one very snowy evening right after our choir rehearsal. And he came up to me and said, Sherry, I don't know, there's just something about you that every time you sing, I think of angels. And I thought, well, that is just the sweetest thing I ever did hear. So I took him out for a couple of dates. He didn't have a lot of money at the time. My dad was a lawyer. So I made sure that I took him out. And I guess, one thing led to another. And we broke up, but it's okay. It's okay because a couple years later, we reconnected on Facebook when it came out. And yeah, nothing ever came of it, but he's still very, very special to me. And I'm sure you'll find someone special one day too, young man.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Sherry, that is a really nice house you got.
Thank you.
How'd you afford it?
Well, aren't you a little forward asking about money? My goodness. Well, if you have to know, my late husband was also an attorney, like my dad. So he bought the house, but as you can see, I'm filming in my living room because we just renovated it. And yeah, it's just takes some hard work and dedication. And I said to I woke up one day, looked at myself in the mirror. It's been a year since my husband died. And I said, Sherry, you can do anything a man can do, just different and for different reasons. And so, I kind of came together, and now I've just redecorated my living room and work is going strong. Let me tell you.
Well, all right. Good questions, guys, and some good answers, Sherry. Sherry, we're all dying to hear. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, for Pete's sake, where do I even start with Heat? I mean, what a movie. You know what I am so sorry. I'm gonna.
We understand. That's all right.
Okay. I was thinking it's just gonna be another action movie, just hold on. I'm sorry, I get flustered when my phone rings. Decline. Okay. I'm just thinking, gosh, here I was thinking maybe this is something that my husband would have enjoyed, and so while I was half watched. One sec. I'm ignoring this. I'm not ignoring you. Okay, there we go. So I was scrolling through the Facebook group to see if anyone found, a cat or something, but I thought this would be a good movie for that. But then I got, oh, Jesus, Mary. Okay, hold on. Okay, what can I help you with?
Is this the sex hotline?
Jeffrey, is that you?
No, that no.
Well then, long story short, I loved the movie. I love my job and I love my new living room. Jeffrey, sweetheart, next time you can call when I'm not busy, okay? It was so nice to meet you guys. Stay in school and stay safe, okay?
Nice to meet you too, Sherry.
Goodbye.
What did everyone, especially Jeffrey, think of our first guest, Sherry? Did you know her, Jeffrey? Were you
Uh,
familiar?
no, she seemed really interesting for a
Interesting.
stranger. Just a
Oh,
lot of life experience that very unrelatable, but like
She
interesting
said
to hear
she
that
knew you.
perspective.
yeah,
What?
yeah. She must. I mean, she knew your name, and you
Yeah,
look
she's getting old though, right? Probably memory's going a little.
Oh
old.
my God.
Interesting. All right. Uh,
I'd like to quote Josh on this. Pretty chill dude.
she's a pretty chill, dude. I was a fan of Sherry. I liked Sherry a lot.
Yeah, she was chill.
She was chill. Well, that was great. I'm gonna guess it was Avery, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a woman, so I didn't say that. Avery mouthed it. I was repeating it because I give space to what women say, even when they don't feel confident enough to project it themselves. Well, our next reader is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, okay. Delete that, Samantha. Don't delete it. It's
Do
funny.
not take
Don't
that out.
delete it. I didn't do the X hand, so you don't have to delete it. Our next reader is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review? Hell yeah, brother. Fuck yeah.
My name is Robert DeBarco. I am 52 years old in dog years, and I live in Los Angeles. The title of my review is In Heat.
Is this De Niro? Is this his De Niro impression?
You can't tell from his mouth.
Okay. Okay. All right, Robert DeBarco, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Here I am, sitting across from you, Bark Pacino, trying to tell me I can't do what I gotta do. But I tell you what, I gotta break in and get those bitches. They're holed up in some kill shelter, just counting down the days till they're euthanized. But they want to make those days count. Those bitches reek of sex, yipping and whining, just begging to be filled. Guy told me one time, don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you smell the heat around the corner. 'Cause, brother, once I smell those bitches, there ain't no holding me back. My red rocket starts flying, steel pipe wrapped in rubber. And that's it. I do what I do best. I fuck kill shelter bitches.
Oh.
You do what you do best. Trying to bite my nuts off and neuter me.
Wow. Okay. There's a lot. There's a lot. So you never wanted a regular type life?
What the fuck is that? Barbecue and ball games? White ass family tying a bandana around my neck, calling me some flaccid shit like Scout or Max. Waking up one day, no balls to speak of. My crimson spear bumping on the ground because I can't get it up anymore. Humping Master's leg at dinner trying to Pavlov myself into an erection. Late at night, hearing some mutts nuts slap against a thirsty bitch as I look at the desolate wasteland of my newly expanded taint? Nah, I don't want any part of that.
You know, I have this recurring dream. I'm sitting at this big banquet table, and all of the victims of all the murders I ever worked are sitting at this table, and they're staring at me with these black eyeballs because they got 8-ball hemorrhages from the head wounds. And there they are, these big balloon people, because I found them 2 weeks after they'd been under the bed. The neighbors reported the smell, and there they are, all of them just sitting there. They don't say nothing, no talk, they don't have anything to say. We just look at each other. They look at me. And that's it. That's the dream.
I have one where I'm lying on a table and I gotta wake myself up or I'll get neutered. I know what that's about.
Mm,
Getting neutered.
mm. Anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask?
Yeah. Rob, what's your favorite food?
Tell you what, sometimes I'm able to find a big old steak out back in an alley. Some rich couple, eyes too big for their stomach, thought they'd buy something, didn't want to take it in the cab, meat juice dripping everywhere. I tear into that thing like there's no tomorrow. And next time I'm getting excited, that meat's going right to my meat, if you know what I mean. All right, and it's big, it's solid, heavy tip. I like to call it the hammer. All right, all right, and that meat's just going all the way down there and makes it even redder. All right, ruby red. But don't worry, meat gets it slick too, oiled up. It's able to slide right in there like it ain't nothing. It makes a loyal front soldier for the two centurions flanking either side of it.
Wow. Uh, question for you. Do you think you have enough time to do what you want to do?
I think so.
That's great.
I think so, and I will fight like hell to make sure that I have enough time to fuck every single bitch in that kill shelter that I can. That smell is intoxicating. I would drop anything to go after that smell.
I'll take
There
your
was
word.
nothing like the sweet release inside of some starfish. I'll tell you what,
Tell us.
they're rolling in
You
there,
actually don't have to.
hissing in the cell. That place stinks. That place reeks. Sometimes when I'm done, I take my weighty sack and just dip it in some of those puddles. Give me something to remember the experience by.
Okay. What did you think of the movie?
Didn't like it. Unrelatable. Don't change the subject. You say that even though we're sitting here face to face, like a couple of regular dogs, if it's between me and some poor bastard I'm gonna cuck to hell by being the last fuck of his death row mate, I'm getting neutered? You're gonna pin me down and chew at my swingers till they burst in your mouth like grapes? Gonna steal my family jewels for your bank of all the other nuggets you've inhaled? 'Cause there's a flip side to that coin. What if you do got me boxed in? Snapping on my tight sack with those pearly whites, and I gotta put you down. 'Cause no matter what, you will not make me a eunuch. We've been face to face, yeah, but I will not hesitate. Not for a second.
Beautiful. I love his full exit he does every time. Wow, that was great. Okay, what did everyone think of the second character, Robert DeBarco?
Pretty chill dude.
I don't know if I would say that one. That was good. That was good. That was a fun one. I liked that was good. I love the diner scene. This is a cool little not incestual, bestiality version of it. Great. We break not I don't know.
Is it bestiality if,
He's also a dog.
yeah,
But I mean,
I think this was just dog on dog sex.
Yeah, but Jeffrey's a guy playing a dog. We're definitely it's Jeffrey talking about it enough that it's a step away from bestiality, you know. We like to toe that line. Um,
We tell that line.
Argo.
Again, which makes me think this was Josh. That is leading. Um, but who knows? Things could change. Which brings us to our last reader. Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Angela Merkel. No relation. I am 29 years old and I live in the Valley, Los Angeles. The title of my review is I was in that bank when it got robbed.
Angela, wow, that sounds traumatic. Angela, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I was in that bank. I was waiting in line. I was just finishing my usual breakfast of 2 grande tacos and a large horchata. And then suddenly, men came in with guns and started yelling. They made us sit on the ground and they'd say they'd shoot us if we moved. I was so afraid and I just drunk that large horchata, so I pissed my pants. My piss was hot and smelled like peppers, and it went everywhere. Everyone around me was sitting in my piss, and they were being so weird about it, gagging and making me feel bad. I have gastrointestinal issues. I said, it's just piss. And the men with guns said, no talking. Some guy next to me on the floor was like, oh my God, is that piss? It stinks. So when the robbers weren't looking, I said, it's just piss. I have gastrointestinal issues. And I punched him in the stomach so hard he cried. And then I felt it.
You felt what?
A familiar rumble in my tummy. All that stress wasn't playing well with my usual breakfast of 2 grande tacos and a large horchata. I have gastrointestinal issues. I knew if I didn't release some of that pressure, I was going to have a doo-doo disaster. So I lifted one cheek off the floor and I farted. I thought it would be silent, but it echoed off the marble. It sounded like a gun. It was so loud, one of the robbers executed a security guard. I yelled, it's just a fart. I have gastrointestinal issues. But it wasn't over.
Oh, wowie. Then what happened?
My usual breakfast of 2 grande tacos and a large horchata weren't done with me yet. I was in the danger zone for a poop-apocalypse, but I was so embarrassed by my piss and my fart, I started to cry. I was sobbing so hard I couldn't keep it in. I was wearing a sundress, and I tried to seal my ass to the floor, but it acted like a bomb, and my shit splattered the fucking walls. Everyone was fucking throwing up. I screamed, it's just shit. I'm sorry. I have gastrointestinal issues.
Does anyone else have any questions for Angela?
Yeah, I have one. Angela, have you ever had a bad sleepover experience?
In my life, I have had many sleepover experiences. I have been subjected to plenty of lesser friends that I've gone to their houses and realized that they didn't have pools. I have gone to many friends' houses and realized they didn't have 7 French bulldogs. When I drive to their houses and I bring with me my loaf of bread that I throw out of the window and I frisbee it at people who need it and have probably never had bread in their lives, I think, wow, I hope that the friend's house I'm going to has a veranda. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes I don't have a veranda. Sometimes I don't have a pool. Sometimes they don't have 7 French bulldogs. Sometimes I go to the house and they have barely a patio and they have maybe an above ground trampoline. And sometimes maybe they have a single golden retriever. And sometimes that's just not enough. And I call my butler. His name's Fuckface. So I say, Fuckface, you better drive that fucking limousine back over here so I can go back to my house that I love. Yeah, sometimes I have bad sleepovers.
Angela, that's so crazy, and I feel so much for you. It's hard when people don't have verandas. My question is, so like, what brought you to the bank that day?
Well, if you must know,
Yeah.
if you must know,
Mhm.
that was because I was settling my daddy's estate. My dad died. My dad died the week before I was going to settle his estate. The man was being so rude to me when I said my dad died. I said, "Will you please help some dad's estate?" And he said, "I can't understand a word you're saying." And he was the one that I punched so hard that
You're so brave.
Oh, okay. Okay. Angela, what did you think of the movie?
that movie as a reminder of the worst day of my life. After my crap catastrophe, the robbers almost completely forgot about the money. They were just trying to find me so they could shoot me, but time was running out. So they went out into the street where apparently they murdered like 20 people. But when we were finally rescued, nobody was talking about that. Everyone was talking to the news about my piss, shit, and fart. And then when they made the movie, there was originally a character named Angolf Schittler, who was the real villain, and they only took her out because my dad threatened to sue. But it doesn't even matter because everyone still knows that my life was ruined. I was only in that bank in the first place to get a student loan so I could follow my ex-boyfriend to Harvard Law. Now I'll never be a lawyer. Now all I'll ever be is rich.
Wow. That's a rough day. That's a rough day. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for your review and your time. What and honesty. What did everyone think of the third character, Angela Merkel? No relation.
I loved her filler. I thought
Yeah,
she was like, yeah,
look
the
great.
ideal lips.
Her
Yeah,
face is really good.
incredible.
I'm struggling a little bit here because these are three of my favorite in a long time. I think they're all very funny, and someone's gonna get fucked. And I really feel bad in advance for who's not gonna win because these are all very funny. So my apologies to whoever it happens to. I don't want to guess yet. I'm not gonna guess. I don't know. I don't know who wrote this one. Maybe I'm guessing this is Avery, but then I have to change my first two guesses. Well, we'll do it in a second. Before we do that, let's get the fuck, marry, kill rankings out of the way. For the three characters we've been introduced to, don't worry. If there are children, we kill them. All children must die. But lucky for us, no children this episode. And I'm gonna kill Robert DeBarco. I'm putting him down. I'm killing him.
What?
I was actually pretty sure I was gonna fuck Sherry, but I might prefer to be married to Sherry than Angela. So I think I might marry Sherry, hang out in her nice house, let her do her sex line thing, and then just fuck Angela. But she might shit and piss everywhere. But then I only have to handle it once and not all the time, you know?
I think you just got to get her in the morning before she has her daily
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah, you're right. And then I
And
can
a
buy
large
her
enchilada.
the
Yeah.
grande and two ground tacos.
It's similar, but I think I'm gonna marry Sherry, but I'm gonna fuck Robert
That's
and
crazy.
kill Angela because I don't want to deal with the shit. And I think Robert's whole thing is that he's kind of a fantastic lay.
All
So
right. You're picking the dog. Okay, that's great to all our listeners with GI distress. You'd fuck a mob dog before them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So my heart
I
goes out, but
oh, I think I am going to, for different reasons, I'm gonna marry Angela, not because I think she'd be a fun personality to be around all the time, but she clearly has the type of wealth that's like she doesn't have to have a job. I'd rather like inherit that. Whereas Sherry, I'd fuck her. I'm sure she'd be like a delight, but she is working. She is a working woman. So I'd rather not have to bring in more income. And yeah, kill Robert DeBarco. Jeffrey, I have no idea what you're talking about or why you would choose him to stay alive. That's insane. So
Yeah, I think Max and Avery got it right. Sorry, Jeff, that's nuts.
okay. Well, hold on, Josh. Would you marry Sherry or marry
Angela.
I'm just copying Max. I'm killing Rob.
Okay, as long as you
No,
kill him.
I'm not doing anything with that dog.
Yeah. Um, All right, before we officially learn who wrote what, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading we've enjoyed. The scoring fuck, this is hard, bro. Fuck, this is rough. Okay, the scoring categories are, as always, 5 points for the funniest written review, which review made you laugh the most. 4 points for the best written review, which review was crafted most cohesively. 3 points for the best performance, which contestant really brought their character to life. 2 points for the best improvised response, which contestant gave the best improvised response, and 1 point for the best improvised question, which contestant asked the best improvised question. Fuck, we might need to cut some of my deliberating. Best improvised question was Avery asking, "Do you think you have enough time?" Because it was a good callback to the movie and worked well. The best improvised response was a tie between Josh's pronunciation of estate and his pronunciation of veranda. So those two answers, those were good. Best performance, I'm also giving that to Josh. I'm giving Josh best performance. Sorry for your great De Niro impression, Jeffrey. Best written and funniest. Fuck me. I don't know. I don't know. These are all really fucking good. And the way Josh thought he unfortunately got shafted that one time, someone's definitely getting unfortunately shafted this time, and I feel bad about it. I wish one of them was a clunker. I wish one of them was a clunker. I'm gonna give best written review. I'm gonna give best written review to Sherry and funniest to Angela. Now I have to guess who wrote each review. I'm scared. Contestants, ready your whiteboards to record your score. If I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets a point, but if I do find them out, they lose a point. If I fail to guess any of the three, I lose. If there's a tie, the contestant with the higher scored point category wins, and if I, the host, fail to win or lose for 4 straight games, I automatically lose that game. I'll start by guessing. I think Jeffrey wrote Sherry. I think Josh wrote Robert, and I think Avery wrote Angela. Who wrote Sherry?
I did.
Fuck. Who wrote Robert?
I did. Oh,
Fuck.
God.
And who
I was
wrote
like, fuck.
and who wrote Angela?
I did.
Oh, oh my God. I couldn't take another 0 point loss. Oh my fucking oh oh
I'm
oh.
sorry. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I might have thought Robert was the best written, but the other two made me laugh so much that I was splitting between those. So they were all, and I fucked up. I fucked up all three. No one, they were all gonna be fucked. They were all gonna be fucked. So, you all should have won. I'm glad. I'm honest to God glad I lost this one because I don't think any of you deserve to lose. I think I should have lost this one. I'm glad I lost it. Because if Jeffrey had actually lost, I would have been like, I don't think that feels like an accurate representation of this episode. I am really glad Josh lost that one. He was angry about that. Just kidding. All right.
Josh starts levitating.
Would everybody hold your whiteboards up with your score? Holy fuck.
Oh, Josh got 11. I got 1, baby.
I got 11. Wait, who wrote what? Josh wrote Angela.
Josh got best improvised response, best performance, and funniest written. So
right. Avery wrote Sherry. So I was right with Avery at first. Okay, gotcha. And then I switched it. All right. Well, that means Josh wins and I lose. Perpetual underdog, guys. That's why the people love me so much.
Crazy.
Well done, everyone, but me. For each member of the game show, we've compiled tailor-made punishments. We'll review our list and find something truly awful for them to do. And since I lost, I'm going to put myself on mute so they can take a minute to discuss what will be done with me.
Can I read it?
Yeah, please.
Oh my gosh. Max, you are going to go out to a bar, any bar in America. No one has to be there but the bartender. It doesn't matter. But you have to be there for an hour, and you have to wear a tail like a furry. Every other piece of your outfit has to be normal, but you have to wear a tail. And you have to ask the bartender if the bartender has milk. Put together a video to present to us. Tail time!
Tail time.
And the cool thing is after this, Max will then own a tail.
True.
Which is so cool.
Got a collection.
Ew.
I forgot this one existed. Did not really know it was in there.
Are you so excited?
I really wish I was still in that play so I could ask you guys to not give me one that I had to do in a bar, but the play just closed. It's kind of a perfect weekend for this. Well, all right. I'm gonna wear fuck. That sucks. I'm gonna get beat up. Mine are the most likely to get me beat up, I feel like. All right. I should just go to I should really commit and just go to the bar I'm gonna know the most people at. Just fucking. Well, I don't feel great about it. I'm supposed to ask how I feel. Don't feel great. Not thrilled. I feel less chivalrous about losing now. I'm not really happy. I wish Jeffrey had lost. That leaves us with one final matter, and it's learning what fucking weird movie Josh is gonna pick for us for next week. Josh, would you please enlighten us with your selection?
We are watching Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. The new one, right?
The new one on Netflix, baby.
Okay.
It's on
I'm
Netflix.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited.
I'm excited for this. Great choice.
Max, how much money would we have to Venmo you for you to ask if they can give you the milk in a bowl?
If you buy me the tail, I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, easy. Wow.
Shake on it. Nice.
Do we need to, Max? Do we need to like order it and send it to your place, or will we just Venmo you for the tail?
You can
Good
just
question.
Venmo me. You can
Okay.
just Venmo me for the tail. You also don't. I'll just do it.
No.
Buy me the tail. Buy me the tail.
I think it's fair if we buy you the tail.
Yeah. I kind of regret agreeing to that so quickly. I kind of thought about the actual process of asking for it in a bowl. But I'm nothing if not a team player. So I'm gonna get beat up. All right. Okay, I'm getting really distracted by the whole milk thing. Okay, to our audience, please feel free to watch along with us. Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. Also, if you want to get really caught up, watch the old Wallace and Gromits and just round out the whole thing. It'd be even more fun. I think we're all pretty excited for this one. Damn, 2 good movies in a row, hopefully. Listen, everyone, I'm on an all seafood diet. If I see food, I eat it, but only if it lived in the ocean. That's a little joke. Watch Gaslight Game Show on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on our other platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Patreon. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If you comment something funny on any of our social media posts, we'll read it on the episode. And if you're ever in Chicago, look me up. I'll show you around. There are some great arcade bars that I'm kind of a celebrity at. I will not be wearing the tail to those. Tune in soon for more torture. Bye for now.
Bye.
If we go to the chat, I just sent a possible tail option that I think could be good.
Holy fuck. That's so much worse than I was.
I think that could be cool. It comes in a lot of different colors, so like you could get like a green one or an orange. Like if you wanted to be True Fox, an orange one, or if you could get like a pink one to be like Cool Fox.
Oh my God.
Holy.
I'm all in on this.
I think dude, I'm racking my head for what bar I should go to. God damn. I'm like, what if I go to a gay bar and there's like, I'm probably not the first guy to go there that week in a tail, but then it's like, I'm throwing my hat in with a group of people at that bar.
You are.
You know?
That means something.
Also, I know guys, like I know people at those big gay bars, and they're gonna be like, finally, Max is a furry.
I do, Max, not specific to you. One of my favorite parts of the podcast, and I can understand the humor with myself as well, is when after the punishment, when we're talking, like the people trying to like psych themselves up for it. Like watching them in real time being like, okay, I can okay, all right, okay. It's trying to convince themselves it's not that bad, and then every micro realization of like, no, it's gonna suck.